And hello, everyone, and welcome to another Cooking with Gorilla, where tonight we are going to be prepping some Chinese chicken wings here. I got my recipe pulled up here. They're actually not that hard to do. Now we got to prep them to marinate them there. So then you could do 2 hours at room temperature, or you could do 24 hours in the fridge. I personally gonna do the 24 hours in the fridge because it's too late to actually cook them here. So we're going to go ahead and actually start making them here. We're going to start with our black pepper. You're just your typical table pepper there. Need an eighth of a teaspoon of that. Like literally that little bit. And this is for 2.5 pounds of chicken. I'm just going to use a whole bag there. All right, we need a fourth teaspoon white of white. This is your ground white pepper. So just took the lid off. And hey, Kevin, how's it going? Welcome. If you like your Chinese fried chicken, stick around. So we got our black pepper and our white pepper there. We'll put those over there since I already used them. All right, now 4 teaspoons of garlic powder. Now, if the proportions were the same, I'd say do the same with use garlic salt. But dope, it's called for a fourth teaspoon of garlic powder. And welcome, Scurvy. Welcome. That's where it gets interesting. I need a tablespoon and a half of or no, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon and a half of salt. Just your regular. I got light salt here. And hey, sit there. How's it going? There's 1 teaspoon, then a half. It's a lot of damn salt for the pound of chicken, but it's good. Alrighty. This was interesting. They actually in the Chinese chicken there they use sugar. I think part of the reason they use sugar is give it a little bit of a sweet taste, but also we know us Americans we love our sugar. So let me give it. You'll find that in a lot of Asian foods. There is that they'll put sugar in this. It's Curry says, white salt. Salt. Is there any other kind? No, I've actually got some. Is it still up here? No, container fell apart here because I left it on the stove. But I got Himalayan pink salt. So yes, there's other kinds of salt. He said diabetes chicken. All right. All right. So, are you going to dip the piece of chicken into some type of bread type to covering or spicing, or using already pre chicken? No, actually, yeah, I am actually making the coating for it right now. But yeah, it scares it. Oh yeah, pink. I forgot about that. The pink salt. Now, our next thing is soy sauce. Is it really Chinese food if you don't have soy sauce? I need a tablespoon of soy sauce. I never thought I'd like soy sauce there, but I've learned to really like it. Code pink salt. Now, this is another one. I've never heard of this stuff, but I got here's what's called Shoaxing wine. SHAOXING AOXING wine. You go to any Asian store, they'll tell you what it is. It's basically rice wine, but if you can't find the Schlachta wine, you can substitute like a dry sherry for that. That's another and that's another tablespoon. Then the next is I was just gonna use regular oil, but they you got to use your sesame oil. I bought toasted sesame oil. This stuff is kind of spendy for this bottle alone here was like $5, but you don't use a lot of it at a time. I've been starting to use it more and more here. I really like it, but a tablespoon of that gives it that helps make the binder. Since Coke Pink is funded by the Chinese. All right, so we no longer need the tablespoon. Now, to help make it stick, we got an egg. Now now the coating that you're talking about, then. Oh shoot! That's wet. Is that's where we mix the table. You take cornstarch. I just get the dollar store cornstarch. Now that stuff is very powdery and sticks to everything. It gets all over the place. That's the bad thing about cornstarch. Then we need 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And that is our mixture that we make for the Chinese fried chicken. Now what I like to do is kind of mix it up before I put my chicken in there. Get it all nice and mixed up. It will be a little clumpy, but as the chicken thaws out there, that's another reason why I'm doing the 24 hours there. This may not look like much, but this will coat all the chicken. Nice there. The corn. Now I'm just gonna do the whole bag. It's actually 2.5 pounds of chicken here, so this is actually perfect. I just got my chicken from Hy-Vee. We'll throw that in recycling here in a little bit. Yeah, just regular old chicken party wings. Now, yes, these are still frozen, but what I'm going to be doing in a couple hours, I'll go stir them again. I'll stir them again in the morning before work, or I might stir them a couple times. Right now, I'm just getting the coating on it. Now, all that to do now is sit there and let it marinate. Then tomorrow, there's a 2 frying method that we'll do there, but that won't be until tomorrow night because I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. And that's pretty much it. That's the entire recipe. I'll go over it again. You need 2.5 pounds of chicken, which is pretty much just a bag. Yeah, party bag. That's pretty much just one of these bags of bags. You know, you can get the party wings, or you can get the legs, or just the wings part. This is a mixture there. 1/8 tablespoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, the powder, not the salt, because you're gonna need 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Schlachta wine, oh shit, oh whoops, Well, oh well. It's supposed to be 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, but I used a tablespoon. But oh well. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now we might need to add some more flour, some more cornstarch in the morning. It all just depends on how thick the liquid stays. And I kind of screwed up at an extra sesame oil, so I do not know how this will turn out. But that's it. So see you guys tomorrow night when I make the actual chicken. You guys have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.